it is time to head out to the Diamond Factory fan hotline where we get to welcome in a draft prospect, future NFL badass potential, future Dallas Cowboy, UCLA offensive lineman, Mr. Sean Rhyan. Sean, are you with us? How you doing, bro?
I'm good. How about you? Can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir. We can hear you just fine. Thank you so much for calling in, you big stud, 6'5", 320 pounds, and absolutely dominated at the combine. Man, so good to be chatting with you right now. Now, where are you calling from? Because obviously you went to UCLA. Are you in Southern California right now? Where are you at?
Yeah, yes, sir. I am in sunny Southern California right now. Yep.
Oh man, very jealous. Very jealous. Have you been out to North Texas before?
I have not. I've been to San Antonio.
Okay.
But not North Texas, no, sir.
Did you get some churros when you were out there in San Antonio?
I was not. I was down there for the high school All-American game, actually. So, didn't have time to get any churros. Yeah.
So what was the food scene? What were you able to dabble in San Antonio?
I went to Fogo de Chao.
Nice.
On the last night after the game before we went home. I believe that's where we went. Yeah. It was pretty good. It was actually more than pretty good. It was very good. That was my first time having it. So
okay, so that's all the meats. That's basically like you show the green card, and they're just going to keep bringing you the meats, right?
Is that one?
Yeah, that one exactly.
Okay. Oh my God, that's outstanding.
Okay,
I bet you did. You put him out of business,
yeah,
Sean? I mean, Sean, respectfully,
look,
of course.
We're going to get into the football questions. Don't worry, but we're big foodies on this show, and we're definitely food challenge type of people. So we are curious. A hefty offensive lineman like yourself, and I'm a big man as well, and a former middle school lineman.
Huge. You should see the breasts on this guy, Sean.
Third team all district in middle school, brother. So I was okay back in my day as well, but. I mean, I just wonder. I mean, how much could you put away in one sitting?
Quite a bit. Definitely had to, take it easy from the meats when I got home. I was definitely, eating a lot of veggies once I got home. But, I'd probably say I put it down, maybe 1 or 2 pounds. To be honest, I put down a lot. I was pretty hungry,
Absolutely, working up that appetite. There's no question about it. Now, you're in Southern California, which is home of the In-N-Out Burger, right? I mean, are you a big In-N-Out Burger guy? Is that you, Sean?
Yeah, I do advocate for In-N-Out Burger. I do think it's better than, Whataburger. I might, get some hate for that being on a Texas station, but
yeah.
I think In-N-Out, I don't know, just growing up with it. I do like Whataburger, though. Whataburger's second in line for me.
Okay. Okay.
I might just be biased though because I'm from California, but Whataburger is second in line for me.
All right. Okay. So listen, we're glad that Whataburger is second in line. At least you do have some respect for it. Now, obviously, you're wrong in the In-N-Out opinion there. Now, we have respect for In-N-Out as well. I mean, it's going to be on our list of fast food burger spots. We have it here in North Texas, so we do have some love for it. We know that Whataburger is better, and if you become a Dallas Cowboy, Sean, I think quickly you will realize that as well. But what is the Sean Rhyan Hall of Fame record-setting moment for put-down patties and fries at the In-N-Out Burger?
Man, to be honest, this was in high school too. Since then, I've kind of cleaned up my eating habits. But in high school, I think I put down 3 double-doubles and 2 animal fries, and then just a regular, pink lemonade. But that's the most I've ever eaten in one sitting at In-N-Out.
Animal style every time, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I like pickles. Yeah, have to. I think it's mandatory.
I love it. I think that's a phenomenal answer. As we talk with Sean Rhyan, UCLA Bruin draft prospect here, and we're getting close. I'm sure this has been a lot as you go from, playing college to now just getting ready for the draft. Now we're finally just a couple weeks away. What's this prospect been like for you? Or with this time getting ready for the draft been like for you?
It's been great. I'm totally bought in, and it's been an experience for sure. I'm so blessed I have been able to experience it. Not very many people can say that they're an NFL draft prospect, and not that much. Being a high prospect is, it's busy, but busy is good, I would say, especially now in these times coming down to the wire. It's been fantastic. I've been loving every second of it.
So you played offensive tackle at UCLA. When you've been meeting with teams, have they been talking to you at all about position flex, moving maybe inside to guard, or playing multiple positions, or has it pretty much been staying at tackle?
Yeah, I've been when I meet with teams, I tell them, I could play all, three positions: guard, tackle, and center. And for the most part, that they are telling me that I pretty much need to know four positions: left tackle, left guard, and right tackle. And that's just kind of what I've been training for, and I'm ready for it. I could play every single position on the line extremely well, and whatever team picks me, if it's the Cowboys, I'm ready to jump in there from day one and, help the team win. And hopefully, we're playing in February, at the Super Bowl.
So, I mean, as you know, I'm sure having talked with the Cowboys, they have a glaring need at left guard, but potentially down the road, I mean, they might need a starting left tackle as well. So how challenging is that going from potentially, say, guard to tackle and having to move around the offensive line?
Being a professional, I think it's kind of expected almost, coming out of college, I did play only left tackle, but at UCLA, we did run a lot of tackle over stuff, and we did run a lot of funky formations. So I do have experience, playing on the right side and, right next to the center as well. The only thing that I could see maybe being difficult for some guys is just, your blocking assignments are different, and then the guys you go against are different as well, because, defensive ends are big, long, and fast dudes, and then once you kind of go down towards the center, they kind of get bigger and, stronger and a little bit more wider. So, I think it's just, based on who you're blocking, that could be difficult for some guys. But, for me, I block everybody the same. It is what it is, you could be, 6'2", 330 pounds. You could be, 6'7", 245 with a 4'7", 40. I'm gonna get the job done one way or another, and we're gonna go and win a game.
UCLA offensive lineman and draft prospect Mr. Sean Rhyan with us here via the Diamond Factory fan hotline in the Nosebleed Seats. Now, I know you got a little bit of a rugby background, Mr. Rhyan. How much has that helped you in the in the football transition? And what type of rugby player were you? Were you just crushing schools? I mean, gosh, I marvel at these rugby players, man. The toughness, ripping ears off and stuff.
Yeah, rugby was pretty much was my first, combat team sport. I started playing when I was 8 years old. I was the rugby player where you see me line up, and I stood out a little bit just because I was, very big, much bigger than all the other kids. But I was the guy where I would get lined up against their best player or their biggest guy, and pretty much be in charge of making sure he doesn't run over our backs and making sure they don't get, free hits on anybody. But, rugby, I think, helped me with football just kind of from a young age. Being on the field, running around, in rugby, you don't really have set plays. You kind of have rucks. So, being, rucking a lot, I think kind of taught me angles and, not to be afraid of contact. And, it doesn't matter who you're playing. You're going to go out there and you're going to play the game. So, I guess no fear.
Now, how much are you following? Like, how much do you follow the draft talk and whatnot? Because there's so much chatter that goes on. Everybody's doing strengths and weaknesses of each player and different scouting reports and draft profiles. Do you follow along? Do you read it? Do you look at mock draft, Sean?
I'm going to be honest. I really don't pay attention too much to the mock drafts right now. I think with all the trades and stuff going on, mock drafts are hard to come up with. And people can watch film and, come up with strengths and weaknesses for every player. But when it comes down to it, you're going to, no one knows where you're really going to go until you get that phone call coming at the end of the month. And, that's when you really know what round or what pick you are and what team you're going to.
UCLA offensive lineman Sean Rhyan joining us here on 105.3 The Fan, your home of Dallas Cowboys football on the Diamond Factory hotline. And, playing left tackle and going to UCLA, is there anyone that you have looked at and maybe modeled your game after? Are you a film junkie per se?
Yeah, I loved watching Joe Thomas when he was playing, Taylor Lewan, Richie Incognito for, just the way he plays and, kind of with that grit he plays with. Nate Solder, I like watching him as well. Same with Ryan Jensen. Those guys I like watching and, how they play just because they're phenomenal athletes, well-rounded O-linemen as well.
Did you have the best vertical jump at the combine for any offensive lineman, you big stud?
Yes, sir, I did. I actually improved it, too, at my pro day. Got another inch, but I did have it at the combine as well.
Dang. Damn. Okay, so what's the thing? Is it the vertical jump? If I said, Sean, you 6'5", 320-pound beast of a human, we're in the weight room right now, we're out on the turf, wherever it is. What is that the thing that you would say if I said, Sean, please impress me with something right now? The piano bar style, would it be the vertical jump, or would you do the bench press, or would you be squatting or deadlifting something insane?
Yeah, it'd probably be vertical jump, something with movement. I think movement is, extremely important. Everyone can put up weight, but I think, the movement aspect is, what I bring to the table in my athleticism. So, yeah, the vertical jump is what I would, impress you with.
Next thing you're going to tell me, Sean, out there in California, you hit the waves, you surf, and you do all that fun stuff in the ocean that we can only dream of over here in Texas.
Yes, sir, I do. Yeah, I love the water.
Oh, my God. Is this guy perfect?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so...
Yes, sir, yeah.
So you're able to surf. Is that? I mean, I don't know that I could ever even stand up on a surfboard. How long?
I'll tell you right now, Chuck, you can't.
I know. I was trying to give myself a little too much credit there. How long did it take you to be able to balance on that bad boy?
Well, from the beginning, my pops always just brought me down to the water. The beach is kind of where I guess my training really started. From the get-go, we'd just be out there in the small waves. When I was about, 5, 6 years old, he'd paddle me in and help me stand up, and then kind of just gradually, then I went from, him paddling me in to myself paddling me in, and then just working my way out into the lineup, and then working my way down onto smaller boards that were kind of easier to maneuver, and then, just kind of practice, you can't pick it up just, your first day. Kind of like with everything, practice, is very important.
So do you think that that's helped you at all on the football field when it comes to, I don't know, technique, or is there any way that can translate?
I think in my overall athleticism, it has quite a bit just because of the balance aspect, you're twisting and turning on a surface that isn't, solid. So I think it has helped me tremendously, in my adulthood and my athletic life and career of, just surfing and bouncing on a board. Because, that's kind of the only place where you get that movement and motion at is in the water.
What is the pregame routine like for you? Do you listen to any music to help hype you up? Is there a pregame meal? What gets you going on game day?
Yeah, so game day, my pregame meal is oatmeal. That's kind of my go-to. It's just a simple, cup of apple cinnamon oatmeal. Maybe throw a little bit of peanut butter, a little bit of syrup in there, just to get my glucose up. For the game, just nothing too fancy. Maybe the night before I'll have a cookie. That's kind of like my treat to myself, just kind of, again, just for fun. And then what I listen to kind of changes from week to week. It could be rap one week, rock the next, punk, following that. Sometimes even some, pop like Taylor Swift or Lorde, really. It just kind of depends on, where we're at and, what I'm feeling.
Man, that is outstanding. What's the cookie of choice, Sean? I mean, are you mixing that up like you do the music? Do you have a go-to cookie? What's the deal?
Yeah, it's either chocolate chip or the Snickerdoodle.
Oh, great choice. Do you prefer the soft, gooey cookie or or maybe a little bit more crunch?
No, definitely a softer, chewier type of cookie guy.
Soft and chewy.
You're washing it down with milk every time? What's the move?
Of course. Yeah, milk every time.
Okay, Sean, you sound like just immense, just an absolute
I literally love you, Sean.
Great guy.
In real time, falling in love.
Do you have a mean streak on the field? I mean, do you have that nasty in you? Do you enjoy putting a defensive lineman on their ass?
Eating people's faces, maybe?
Yeah. I think that's kind of something people take, lightly about me. It's just because, when I'm, outside the football field, during regular, life, I'm pretty, happy and, always have a smile on my face. But, on the field, I do have a little bit of edge to me. I'll leave it at that.
That's good because we're looking for a little bit of nasty along this Cowboys offensive line. I don't know if you saw that game against the Niners, but there was a lot of talk about, bully ball and the Cowboys getting a little bullied. So when we get you here with a star on your helmet, we're looking for the nasty along that Cowboys front, and I think you can bring it watching your tape, man.
Little trash talk, maybe? You trash talker on the field?
No, I don't really trash talk, but if, someone comes after me, I'm not afraid to put them in their place a little bit.
I love it. Protect Dak for us.
Yes.
We need that. Now, one final question that I have for you, and then Eric can go ahead and close this baby out. But, I like to ask some of the prospects that we have on with us here, But if I were to ask you, hey, if the Jones family were listening, or Will McClay with the Cowboys is listening, and they're like, hey, Sean Rhyan, we're looking into drafting him. What am I getting out of you, the football player and the human being on and off the field? What would you tell them?
Yeah, so what you're getting out of me, both on and off the field, is an accountable man, a respectable man, an honest man. And in regards to just football, a guy who's going to play hard, who's going to play with an edge, and he's going to get the job done one way or another. You can rely on me to get it done, and we're going to go out there and win a lot of games.
That's what I like to hear, Sean. That's what I like to hear. All right, now you're gonna have the biggest night. Or at least one of the biggest nights to this point in your life, with draft night around the corner. Whether it's the Thursday night, the Friday night, whatever it is, what's the draft night plans?
Sitting at home with my mom and my dad. Simple.
Family man.
Very simple. Maybe a couple of cookies, a snickerdoodle here, a chocolate chip cookie there. I'll bring the milk. It's gonna be a party.
We'll have to. Yeah, we'll have to find out. I'm still trying to keep my figure looking good.
All right. Well, we look forward to hearing from you. Hopefully, when you become a Dallas Cowboy, Sean. Good luck to you. Enjoy the remaining 2 weeks before you become a professional. Stay healthy, and we'll definitely be pulling for you, my friend.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, guys.